Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Window Shopping. I'm your host, Stephen Meade with Domicile real estate for people who love houses. And, this is something we're calling original-ish done right. And, I was struck earlier this week. I think a lot of people don't really know that Altadena, which is a city right next to Pasadena and kind of abuts against the foothills, has some really cool custom homes in it at reasonable-ish prices, especially by LA standards. And there are a lot of very unique properties. And oftentimes it's not just that they're a good square footage for the lot and the site that they're on, but they're kind of unique sightings with trees and with other things. That makes a really cool setting and lifestyle and sort of something unique that really you can't find anywhere else in Southern California. And if you did, the price would be significantly higher. So that's what we're featuring this week, is a home in Altadena that I think is just kind of a really cool place. So let's go ahead and get into it. I can't wait to share this home with you. And let me just pull it up here real quick. This is 1059 Alpine Villa Drive in Altadena. And this home was built in 1950. So it's kind of an early mid-century modern home. It's custom. It's just under 1,300 square feet total. It's not our listing. It is listed by Dhari Thein of DPP. And this lot is, I think it's approximately 8,000 square feet or so. But when you see the siting, you'll understand why the square footage of the lot isn't even what matters most. So let's get into it. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. And it's priced just under 1.3 million. So you've got kind of a cool entry here. You've already seen like mature trees, and I love being able to look through a house before I come into it. So if you can take a little quick peek here, there's these windows into this living room. You actually see through to the other side. This is where you walk into this house, which is really just this kind of beautiful, almost forested kind of setting away from the street. You've got this cool entryway where they've done something that I think is super neat, and that's created this dividing wall with frosted glass. So instead of putting like a full wall up, they've done this dividing wall. We've got some yard space here. You can see the foothills in the background. This is where you walk into the home. So even though you're walking into the main part of the house, and this house isn't huge, you do get this formal entry, and they've created that with this frosted glass sort of separator. This is the living room. And, I don't know what else you could really want here. You've got windows on both sides, so it's a peninsula, open beam ceilings, kind of beautiful fireplace, and just really on the backside especially, it's all glass and doors that lead out to a patio. Just kind of a cool design, elegantly, of course, decorated here. I'm not sure if this is staging or solid possessions. I think it might be staging. It's a little too perfect. Here's another angle, and this is looking out towards the front of the house, where again, what do you see out your window but tons of green? And this is looking back at this sort of dining room area. So this is kind of an original great room concept that really helps this home feel bigger. Again, you've got this wall of sliding doors and windows that just lets all the light into this kind of patio deck space, and you're looking right at trees and mountain. Super cool. From the dining room looking back. And I'm going to take you into the kitchen because this is a fairly original kitchen on this house, but it has been very sensitively and appropriately upgraded. So they did a cool cement tile floor, kind of a fun paint color here on the cabinets, and then what looks to be just a simple white quartz on the counters. I don't really know of a better way to do a kitchen like this. I would actually possibly even have a little bit of like a work cart, like maybe something with butcher block in the center of the kitchen. You've also got this fun little telephone nook here. Of course, now we'd call it a work from home nook. They painted it a fun color. It's got a cool light. You just want to kind of sit your laptop down and enjoy. Like I said, this originally was probably a telephone nook where people had their one and only telephone in the house. But now it's a perfect place for a laptop. You've got kind of bedrooms with some of this corner glass here. Again, people don't talk about controlling the view out the windows and how important that is, especially in homes that have a lot of glass, because that really is part of the room. This bathroom, again, what a beautiful remodel, very sensitively done. You'll notice they added a glass enclosure to the original cast iron and porcelain tub. It looks like a little mini custom vanity there. And again, lots of extra windows and doors looking to the outside. And this is one of my favorite features on this house. I love when you find cool things that you don't see elsewhere. I love this forward-leaning kind of screened-in porch. This is almost a sleeping porch, right? Something that you would have seen in 1920s and 1930s homes. And the deep overhang means you don't get a lot of direct sunlight that heats up the house. Here you can see that angle, and you're looking at mountains. There's a cool little yard down below. There's really a sense of privacy with this house. So, you know, this might not be a huge lot on paper, but when you think about the sight lines, I mean, this might as well be a couple of acres. You just don't have to take care of that much. Again, looking towards those mountains, they've done a lot to really control the view. This is that patio you see right off the main living space. And then you've got some stairs that go down here, down to underneath the house. We have kind of a secondary patio down below. And you'll see through here, if you're peeking, you kind of see another shower down there on that sort of mid-lower level. This home has air conditioning. You've got another little tiny bedroom down here and bath. And really they've really done a great job in controlling this view. It feels like there's nobody else around in this home, and you've got a good amount of yard space down below. This is looking up at that super cool kind of sleeping porch arrangement that we talked about before. This is the house overhead. This really gives you an idea of how it's sited, and that's really something special. So this is kind of views of this whole kind of San Gabriel Valley type area and the mountains, and back here. I mean, honestly, this is a super cool property. And, you know, $1.25 million is not cheap. I don't want to make it sound like it's cheap, but to have something special and kind of great condition like this with a lot of the upgrades you'd want to see, like air conditioning and modern conveniences, you know, combine that house with what's a really special setting. And I think a home like this is really a winner. And if you've been a buyer on the sidelines, I think a house like this is going to have less competition now than it might have had 2 or 3 months ago. You know, you might not have to be an all cash Bay Area tech money buyer to get a house like this and to get something kind of special like this in a really special setting. So obviously questions, comments, we love them. If you would like to tour this home, we would love to show it to you and represent your interest as a buyer. If you don't like this house, but you love architectural homes, or you know someone who should be buying an architectural home, or you have an architectural home to sell, we would love to chat with you as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We'll see you again real soon.